I'm going to give you my description of the left and the right. The, the left is just like biblical. It's the left hand of God, right? It's the left brain. It is like a stormtrooper or Darth Vader, allegorically, or a government that's hunting down X-Men, or in the TV series X-Men, or let's say the TV series Alpha, where the government's hunting the alphas down. Left thinks that government controls healthcare, just like Obama care. They control the schools. They control the parents, the kids. They control religion. Now, the right is supposed to say, no, government has limited power. And government is only needed when it's necessary. For example, like right now, the government is needed not to create healthcare like Donald Trump's doing, to compete with Obama, by the way. So he's saying that he's the right, but he's doing exactly what Obama did, controlling healthcare, right? Also, Obama did another thing, okay? He went into the schools. So did his wife, you know? Diet and food, control the diet and food in the school, control the educational system by lowering the grade scores, right? In other words, if 2 plus 2 is 6, then that's okay, little Johnny. Doesn't have to be 4, you know? Pretty much, that's in a nutshell what it means. It's okay. It's okay if you're dumb, you know? So, also, Obama and Hillary and the left and the Bushes, which actually were Republicans, by the way, which were supposed to be the right. It's funny how Democrats and Democrats kind of sound the same. Demons versus the right hand of God, Jesus. All right, so what does Hillary do? Hillary actually sells uranium-1 to Russia, right? Now, what she does is strengthen other nations' military. Why? Why does she do that? Because the left is tied into Russia, China, France, everybody that's a nuclear arsenal, Europe, right? So everybody that has nuclear, and it's okay to be nuclear. Now the CIA is in North Korea, right? So now North Korea is now a part of the leftist democratic regime. So if North Korea ever strikes us, you might as well just have Hillary Clinton and Obama and the Bush family push a button, because it's the CIA. It's the same thing. It's skull and bones secret societies. That's what the left is. The left says, hey, human beings are not human. They're people. They're slaves. And your driver's license, your birth certificate is a way that we trade you on the stock exchange. That's what the left does. But guess what? The right is doing the same thing. The right is okay with stock market growth and all this stuff. Quite honestly, we don't have a left and right anymore. And just like Hitler, just like the American Indians, a bunch of right-wing people, conservatives. You don't think American Indians were conservatives? 300 million American Indians were slaughtered. You don't think the shaman in Africa were slaughtered by the Europeans? For all you black brothers and sisters, you might want to look at who really enslaved you. It wasn't American farmers. Come on, wake the freak up. It was Europe. The same people who killed the American Indians. They're the ones that went over there, captured and killed all your shaman, captured the people and said, here's a solution to your growing food. Because at the time, the banksters were trying to siege everybody's farms. And the only solution were black slaves. Oh, and by the way, black people, I love you. You're my brothers and sisters. But the Irish were the first slaves in the United States. You need to look that up. So it's not about black. It's about how the left controls a certain society. One minute they're controlling Irish redheaded people. Next minute they're controlling the red-skinned people. And next minute they're controlling the melanin black people. Okay? So now black people are slaves. Red people were slaves. Irish people were slaves. Matter of fact, guess what? American Indians were slaves too. I guess black people have forgotten that. I mean, this is what's wrong with government controlling education. They're going to force you to believe that Columbus, which is the Cologne family, which is a European secret society family of bankers, discovered America. The government forces that on you. Oh, but we're supposed to have a left and a right. No, we don't. We have nothing but left, left, left. Government control. Now, YouTube is saying we're the government too. We're corporations. We're corpses. We're dead entities. And we're going to shut down your channel if you're a conservative. And they're doing it. They're absolutely doing it. Now, don't we have a right president, right-wing president? Yeah, that's what we're supposed to have. But do we really? He's allowing this to happen. Let me tell you something. One phone call. If I was a president of the United States and YouTube violated freedom of speech, freedom of religion, okay? And they did it by racketeering. Criminal. That is criminal, by the way. And they did it by hiring Southern Law Poverty Centers and getting psyops and George Soros paid people to write letters and claim that our channel shouldn't be up. It's offensive. That's called racketeering, guys. Why aren't these people in jail? I don't care if you're a multi-billionaire corporate CEO. You committed a felony. Matter of fact, you committed hundreds, thousands, probably millions of felonies. Because this is global, they're doing this. Millions of felonies. But they're still walking around like they're kings and gods. And we're supposed to have some type of grand illusion that there's actually a right and a left. There is no such thing. And until the people, right now, if 1 million people marched to the White House and said, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, put those channels back up. You don't need a gun. Matter of fact, peaceful nonconformity. Just demand that this is done and done now. Now, if we can have a gun shooting and all of a sudden the Walmarts and all the corporations are saying, hey, I'm not going to sell guns to 21-year-olds. Well, then why can't we have immediate response to a civil liberty? Now, this one kid, supposedly, that shot up a school, I don't believe the official story, is going to change the world, just like O.J. Simpson. One guy changes the world for everybody. Isn't that left? Wait a minute. If O.J. kills his wife, supposedly, I looked at the evidence, it looked like a propaganda thing for the Democrats to take men and say, if you touch your wife, we're putting you in prison. You know how many men have no guns and they're in prison because of O.J. Simpson? Or dead, by the way, also. Hundreds of thousands. Matter of fact, there were 84,000 letters written to Congress. Matter of fact, I was one of them. That said, you're taking away my kids. You're taking away my guns, my freedoms, my liberties. You're taking away my job because I was accused of hurting a woman, that there is no evidence. She just made it up because the left is paying people to make shit up and attack conservative people. So if I'm conservative, I can't have my civil liberties and freedoms because somebody accused me of something. That's exactly what they did with the internet. They paid people to falsely accuse people of being inappropriate material. Is the truth inappropriate in this world? Absolutely. That's what they're saying. So Jesus Christ today would be inappropriate material. So would Moses. So would Abram. So would King David. This is inappropriate. Kill him. And that's exactly what they do. And it's also, YouTube would be tied into election rigging, election fraud. Because if you silence conservatives, then the left government wins. Period. Period. It's election rigging. Not that they don't do it anyway. It's election fraud. So, wow, how many laws can Google, YouTube, whatever, this military industrial complex government agency? I showed people how Google is VV, which is a symbol of the Freemasons. It's a fact. GO is 22, and so is the letter V, 22. 22 and 22 is the letter VV. It's a Freemason symbol. Masculine, feminine, yin and yang symbol, left and right. That's what it is. In other words, they make the left, the right, and the right an illusion. There is no right. There is no God on this planet anymore, according to the left. And then the people that have God in their hearts and souls, they're to be silenced. And that's exactly what's happening in the world today, right now. So it's not only freedom of speech, but it's freedom of religion being violated. And that, my friend, is the original law, the common law of the land. It is also the constitutional law. So they're breaking common law, constitutional law. We can't speak. We can't believe in an ecclesiastical ministry. We can't have a voice. And that we're dead and it just doesn't matter. We're just dead people. We don't matter. And that's what they're telling you. So please, people, support my Fundly account. Support me fighting the left. And support me getting my channel back up by writing letters to YouTube. Okay, I've written about 6 letters already. I've sent tons of emails. And I don't even know if these letters are going to be sent. Okay, or delivered. Or they just get thrown away. YouTube's claiming that there's a mutiny within the House. Yeah, well, I don't care if there's a mutiny. That's your job. But my freedom of religion and freedom of speech, my civil liberties, my religious rights, my voting rights, voting fraud are being violated. There is no way that the right will ever win if the left controls the internet, period, and YouTube and Google. And we have allowed these monsters like Walmart and Costco and Home Depot and Sam's. We've allowed these monsters. In the days of Noah, they were giants. Yes, Google is a giant. And they're trying to take the place of human consciousness. When the cell phones are tied into electromagnetic ultra-low frequencies, and the sun and the moon is blocked out, the natural and the earth, the natural electromagnetic frequency, like New York and Utah, where the wires underground are just dominating. There is no Schumann cavity resonance there. That's why all the secret societies go to New York. That's why the Muslim Brotherhood controls New York now. I thought it was Muslims that blew up 9/11. Now Muslims control New York. People that hate America and Americans controlling New York. Under mind control. And then the Mormons, I know these people very well. That's just another secret society. They hate every religion on earth. And they hate it with a passion. Now that's dangerous. Very dangerous. And they're like neo-Nazi people. They are breeders. They genetic research. They I'm not even going to get into it. It's the head of the NSA, CIA agents, and NSA agents are all FBI, all come from Utah in New York. That's funny how that works out. Wherever there's a civilization of mind control, then that's where the agents come from. Isn't that funny how this works out? And all of these people are left. But then they say with their lips that they're right. It's unbelievable. They'll say vote for Trump, but then Trump is playing the right card, the Trump card, but he's really doing things that are left. Now, I pray for Donald Trump every day. I pray that he deliver us out of bondage. He could be the greatest hero that ever existed to mankind to fight the left. But it doesn't seem like he's doing that. I don't see any arrests, no warrants served, no crimes committed. The Constitution's just being spit on by the White House. It's disgusting. It really is. And he is the CEO. He is the commander-in-chief of the military. And if those military commanders won't listen to him, then fire them immediately. But I'll tell you one thing. If I was president of the United States, I'd have the military and the National Guard right now standing at the doors of Mountain View, California, YouTube and Google. And I would start arresting people that are violating constitutional civil liberties, religious rights, freedom of speech, and rigging the elections. That's what I would have done immediately. And all the CEOs would be arrested. I'd arrest them, and then I'd ask questions later. That's what I would do. Because it doesn't matter. You violated this, and we even know for a fact that Apple, which should also be arrested, is selling all of their customer service people to China. Communist China. Okay? We don't live in China. We live in America. That is treason. That's like selling Uranium One to Russia, Hillary Clinton and Obama. That's treason. All right, guys, I'm out of time. Thank you for listening. Please support my channel.